So Brian, it's been an interesting 12 months. Where is the investment market now?
I think we're probably a lot more positive than we were this time 12 months ago. In Q1 alone, we've seen over 1.2 billion euro worth of investment transactions, which is really, I suppose, quite a comforting factor for the market.
I suppose this is an important one for you, but how has the sub 20 million market performed during COVID?
There is a fair degree of hesitancy both on behalf of purchasers and indeed vendors. If we look back on the actual performance and the statistics from the first quarter of this year, there was approximately 110 million euro traded. And if we were to compare that to the same quarter last year, pre-pandemic, there was approximately 169 million euro worth of transactions. There's still a large, I suppose, wall of money chasing these types of assets, particularly from pension investors, given the low interest rate environment.
There's a lot of talk about retail. Is it in trouble?
There's no doubt that the retail market is challenged and it will remain to be challenged. I suppose one of the key things which we look at within QRE is the trends in the UK and further afield into Europe. There is quite a large level of distress, but we are not as oversubscribed to retail in the first instance. We don't have the same number of out-of-town or high street retail brands. That's not to say that there won't be some challenges in the Irish market, but we believe that we're somewhat sheltered.
So what sectors are worth looking at from an investment perspective now?
Both the PRS sector and the office sector remain the assets of choice for investors. So if we look at the Q1 statistics, we can see that over 90%, about 92% of all investment turnover was allocated to either of those sectors.
Tell me about PRS.
Well, the private rented sector is still viewed as a relatively new asset class in the Irish market. Most investors deem it a relatively defensive or a COVID-proof sector due to the professional nature of the tenants at the core of most new multifamily schemes. Throughout 2020, we saw approximately 1.3 billion euro, or about 40% of all investment turnover allocated to the PRS sector.
Do you think things are going to improve?
We'd be quietly confident come Q3 and indeed into Q4 that there'll be quite a significant upswing in activity. One thing to consider, I suppose, is that a large number of sales mandates are suspected to be put on hold until Q3 or Q4 this year. So we anticipate that we could have in excess of 3.5 billion euro worth of investment turnover in 2021, which would be remarkable performance, all things considered.